Buenos dias, Gunners Collective. Back at it? You already know how we're back at it, right? No time to be funny in this spill. It's time to be humble, right? You know, when you do social media and you put out content for the world to see, you have to do your due diligence. Excuse me, it's early. You have to do your due diligence. You have to make sure that what you're putting out there for the world to see is righteous. What you're putting out there for the world to see are stories or content that you vetted, that you've done your due diligence or due process and your best to bring the people the best possible realness you can. You know, yesterday I made a mistake, gente. And I'm not going to sit here and apologize because I made that mistake. You know, I'm going to apologize because as a man, this is a very humbling situation. It's real. It's deserving. It's well deserving. You know, yesterday, you know, just like any other content creator on YouTube, I was, you know, scrolling through different various social media platforms to look for, you know, stuff to talk about. And a very, I'm not going to say prestigious. Those are big words, man. Just a very well-known big Raza platform on Instagram that has over 300,000 followers. I noticed had put something out. And it had American Cholo's name in it, Gil's name in it. And when I first seen it, I was shocked. I was shocked because I had never heard no rumors, never seen anything like this. So when I seen it, and you got to understand that this channel that put it out, you know, everything that they've pretty much said pertaining to Raza has been truth or facts. You know, I don't know their PR team. I don't know how they vet things. I don't know, but it's always been pretty true. So when I seen it, I said, wow, right? I quickly went into spill mode. Now, as a content creator, we're always searching for the next big break, for the next breaking news, you know, especially when it's about our people. Whether it's good or bad, you know, it's up to us. We take the initiative to put it out there and then ride that wave. Well, I'm definitely riding that wave and it's crashed on me, right? I mean, it's well deserving. You know, it's well deserving. I understand and feel the energy around the Raza and what the people are saying right now. I chose as a man to put something out there that I didn't truly vet because I felt it was already vetted. I chose as a man to put something out there that wasn't accurate or true. And I have to ride that. I have to stand on that, right? But at the same time, I don't have to like it and I don't have to believe it. Apologies are needed for one or two more reasons. For one, you know, I put something out there on a man that didn't deserve that. You know, I didn't know whether it was true or not. I just chose to believe in the validity of the truth just because where it was coming from. I'm not here to place blame on others. I'm not here to say, oh, I'm a follower and I do what other people do. But, you know, as a content creator, that's what we do. I think that man, Gil, would understand. You know, we're always looking for the next big thing. Now, I haven't really been truly keeping up on what's been going on between Whack 100 and Gil. And I didn't realize that it escalated to a point where this man had to go allegedly knocking on Gil's door. That's a violation right there, man. That's something we don't do in the game, is go knock at a man's home. Go knock at his door, where his family rests their head, where there's innocent civilians and people that are not involved in the back and forth, you know, and you choose to involve them. That was a scumbag move by Whack 100 for doing that. That didn't prove nothing, but, you know, that was a cowardice act. There was any other place, you know, if he had a problem with Gil, he could have pulled up to. And I didn't realize that yesterday. Like I said, when I did, it was too late. When I did realize it, I only used that to further push the agenda that I was pushing, which was to, you know, put what I felt was the truth out there about Gil. You know, maybe I took some of my own, maybe I had malicious intent. You know, I'm not going to say, I'm not even going to shy away from that. I'm going to ride it. If I'm going to rock it, I'm going to rock it, period, right? Maybe I had some malicious intent. Back in the days, you know, there has been words between myself and Gil, you know, and I know he feels a certain type of way about my standings within the gang realm and stuff like that. And this is not gang related, man. I'm not a gangster. You know, I'm not a gang member, a gangster. I'm not proclaiming to be. I'm not speaking on behalf of them. I just tell my stories, you know, but I understand truly how he feels. And to each man their own, you know. But if we're both working towards the greater good of the Raza, if we're both being a voice for the people, if we're both looked at as, you know, content creators and someone with a voice, then I have to humble myself and be real and say, Gil, I apologize. Whether he takes it or you take it, Gil, if you're watching this, or whether you care or whether you don't care, this has nothing to do with you going in on me, or this has nothing to do with what the people think about me. You know, I'm always going to be me. I'm going to do what I do. But at the same time, one thing about me is I've always been respectful. You know, when I came into this YouTube game, you know, I was one of the people to establish this union between North and South on YouTube, this union and providing platforms for people to say what they wanted to say and do what they wanted to do as far as the Raza. And a lot of people came together. A lot of people formed friendships. A lot of people formed unions. And a lot fell off the wayside. You know, a lot didn't. But I tried. You know, I tried. And I'll continue to try. Yesterday, I misstepped. I misspoke. You know, and being a man, you know, of my character, I have to say, you know, it's very humbling. It's very humbling, but I'm going to do what's right and what's righteous. And the righteous thing to do is apologize to Gil. He didn't deserve, you know, to be dragged through the mud or to have paperwork displayed on him, which I don't know to be totally true. Now, I started to think about it yesterday, and it's funny, and I'm going to tell you guys something. You know, I'm having this conversation with a couple friends, and out of nowhere, guess who calls me? Who I didn't even think still had my number, because I haven't talked to him for a minute. Didn't have my number. In fact, I had just called him before, and I guess he locked me in. But out of the blue, Whack 100 calls me while I'm conversating with a couple friends. And this was after I had dropped my video and started to get in my ear and wanted to go live. And, you know, and I told him, you know, we're not going to be able to do that, man. You know, I'm not going to look like I'm coming to the defense of him, because he had nothing to do with my idealisms or nothing to do with the content I drop. No one really does. It's always just me. I choose to drop what I'm going to drop and what I'm not. You know, I can't sit here and blame other people. No one dictates my ideas or anything. You know, I do it on my own, solo. I've always done it like that. And yesterday I chose to drop that on Gil, and I was wrong. I was wrong on a lot of fronts. I was wrong by not vetting it personally. I was wrong by even timing, you know, even dropping something like that, not even considering that Whack 100 had just went to this man's doorstep banging on his door. You know, I didn't think of how that made Gil feel or what he was going through, that he had other things to concern himself with rather than some fucking riff-raff content on YouTube. Now, if you look at the list of content I've done and what I've done, I don't like to slander people. I will, you know, in the past, you know, I've went back and forth with people that have went in on me, and I felt some type of way. I couldn't take it no more. I'm a man just like anyone else, and sometimes you have to defend yourself. But I've never took the initiative to start funk or expose people or do all that. You know, that was a new low for me. You know, I bit into that apple and I ate a worm. And I had to humble myself. Last night I did a lot of soul searching, a lot of thinking. Got off of YouTube, got away from social media, took a cruise, and got to thinking. And I said, you know, we're all content creators. We're all just trying to provide for our families or you know, lead as an example. And that was a bad look for me. That was definitely a bad move. But it's not the end of my story. It's not the end of what I got going on, what I'm going to do. You know, there's a lot of energy around me, good and bad. And I have to roll with it, you know. But I'm here to tell you, gente, that I stand on what I dropped, man. As a man, I dropped that. Do I believe it to be true? Absolutely not. You know, when it was told to me or when I looked at it, I couldn't believe it. My jaw dropped. Why wasn't anyone else speaking on it? And then I noticed other individuals did speak on it, and everyone took their videos down immediately. I don't know if it was because of the backlash I was getting, or it was because, you know, it's not popular. When it's not a popular thing to put out there, you know, people are going to have a type of energy. They're going to feel some type of way. And so that was that, right? I went through all that, and I continue to go through all that. And that's fine. That's fine. Because as a man, I have to be humble and understand that, you know, there's repercussions for my actions. I have to deal with that. But, you know, I can't let all my hard work and everything that I put into this channel and everything that I put into YouTube to establish my name, right or wrong, happy or sad, however you feel, I can't let that, be done because of one mistake. I truly made a mistake, Raza. I did. I let the people down. And I know a lot of people started to get in my DMs and think that, oh, you're backing up the blacks or you're backing up this. I'm backing everyone up, bro. I'm backing everybody up. Doesn't matter what color you are. I back right before I back wrong. It's always been like that with me. I'm going to continue to be like that. But in this case, it just seems funny to me after thinking and sleeping on it. It's funny how this paperwork comes out right when WAC 100 is knocking on doors or having problems with Gil. Just like, when Jay Diggs, he was having the issues with Jay Diggs. All of a sudden, there was text messages that came up, from Wax Camp. He's a low down, dirty scoundrel, it seems, as far as what he's doing and what he's portraying and what he's putting out there, and I bit into it, gente. Like I said, he didn't bring me this paperwork. He didn't call me and put this paperwork on my lap. He called me after the fact and asked, if I would go live and do this, and I declined that because it was a bad look. And because it was the wrong thing to do. See, I don't condone going to a person's house and disrespecting their family and be all on their porch and knocking on the doors, no matter what time of day it is, no matter if the guy's at work or not. That's something you don't do. And then you air his address out. You know how many times my mother's address, my family's addresses have been aired out? You know how many times I have to deal with that? It happens over and over again. And I'm not here to cry and play the victim role and make it about me, because it's not. It just pertains to the situation, so I understand that feeling. I understand how that is, for someone, some riffraff scumbag off YouTube to involve your family, in a situation they don't even see coming, or they don't even know what's going on, all because you have a big mouth, or you don't know how to act, or you don't know how to carry yourself with professionalism in class. And, and it's all about you. And then what happens? Your family gets drugged into the mix. So I understand where Cholo's coming from. And I didn't understand yesterday at that time what he was going through. I just chose to take that time. Like, if a man, if you're going to shit on a man, when it rains, it pours, right? That saying. And I didn't have malicious intents. I thought I had breaking news, man. I'm just going to be honest with you. And I'm here to tell you that paperwork, I can't validate it. I can't stamp it. I can't say that it's real or not. One thing I can say is I humbly apologize for putting it out there without knowing those facts. And that's just the way it is. Like I said, it wasn't done maliciously. I didn't do it because I hate Gil. Because truly, honestly, I'm going to be real with you guys. Although we might have had words, and although, you don't see me rocking on his channel and you don't see him rocking with me, and that's political, and I understand that. As a person, I agree with a lot of the things he says. Coming from the same type of mind frame, being in YA baby and all that, I understand some of the things that he says, And I ain't got to like you to be subscribed to you. I ain't got to identify or agree with everything you say to support you. But I do, truly, right? And that's not a secret. I've said that in the past. Yesterday I chose to make a fatal mistake. And that was first and foremost disrespecting a man that didn't have that coming. Because usually I'm with that I'm with that mind state and that mind frame of, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And there's been plenty of times I've heard, Gil on that other side say things about me, and I bit my tongue because I knew some of them to be true, and I also knew some of them to be, false. But at the same time, I just didn't want that back and forth. I didn't want to become those two individuals in the middle where the Raza didn't have someone to look at. Gil was right yesterday. I watched his live. I watched it, Gil. And I understand the intensity and the moment, right? That's why I can't be mad. I understand when he said it's always the Raza. I've always felt that way, always getting in each other's ways. And this had nothing to do with me backing the play of another ethnicity or nothing like that. I don't want to make it about race. That's not what I do. I'm cool with everyone. It's more so about stupidity. And I was the stupid one in this part. A lot of people are going to get in my DMs. Oh, you're apologizing now. You're trying to do this and there's no twist and turn. Whatever energy you feel towards me, you're going to feel that. And I respect it because I fucked up. No one else did. No one else influenced me. Not Dubs, not anyone else. They shouldn't be blamed or blame placed on them. It wasn't like I got at him and told him what I was going to drop. I did my thing. I did me. I understand at this point in time, I'm also going through a lot of shit. A lot of people I thought were my friends have fell off. For one reason or another. And when you feel like everybody's against you and you feel like everything's going on, it gets under your skin. It makes you bitter. It leaves a bitter taste in your mouth. You get upset, highly upset. and you want to lash out and find someone to not basically victimize, but someone to, belittle someone. You want to point the bullshit at someone else. And I did that yesterday, at Gil. And not maliciously, like I said, not with the intentions of hurting his character. And I understand that type of paperwork, that type of shit damages your character bad. It's always going to put doubt in people's minds. And I'm here to tell you, man, I didn't vet it. I don't know if the paperwork's real or not. I didn't think it was fake when I put it up there. I'll tell you that much. I'm not into putting up fake paperwork to slander people's names and drag them through the mud. That's what's never going to happen. But I did in this instance see it on a prominent channel on Instagram, and they had dropped it, and then they quickly took it down. And, YouTube, I guess there was a glitch yesterday. I don't know. YouTube took it down. I realized, my friend called me, hey, that video is down. You dropped. 10 minutes later, I put it back up. When I realized that everybody was taking theirs down who had put it up, because a few other people had put it up on social media, that's when I said, oh, shit, right? Oh, hell no. And I took it down. And then Gil went live, and I started to see everything, and understood I was in the wrong. Like I said, I did a lot of soul searching yesterday. I went cruising, to get my mind off of YouTube and social media. It gets old sometimes, what's going on. And I came to the understanding that I needed to apologize to Gil, man to man. Now, I could have did this privately. I could have got at people that know Gil and made a phone call. And who's to say I won't, right? But as of now, I aired dirty laundry out. I put him out there publicly, so I apologize publicly. That's what he deserves, and so much more. As far as what WAC 100 is doing to him, gente, as Raza, we need to stand up against this piracy and this bullshit. This bandito stuff that this guy is doing. It's not a good look. If in the past, man, there's been a lot of times where, like I said, I've rocked with Gil. And even during my spill yesterday, I said, I couldn't believe it. And man, I hope this ain't true. And then a lot of people say, you looked excited. Yeah, I was excited. Not to shit on this man's parade, not to disrespect Gil, but I was more excited because I thought I had a viral video. Let's be real. I thought I had breaking news. And didn't think of the consequences or how, Gil would feel about it. How it would hurt his character. How it would hurt my character. How it would make people think, period, about the Raza. And how we look like a joke because of moves like this. Well, we don't, gente. I don't speak for all people. I look like the joke. I'm the joke in this situation. I'm going to ride that humbly and respectfully. I disrespected Gil. I'm not going to say I lied on him because at that time I didn't think it was a lie, but I made a mistake, gente. And I apologize, Gil. I apologize as a man. I started this shit when I was young, getting into the gangs and supporting the Raza and doing all that. I've been doing this years. And my life's took me on a lot of different twists and turns, and this YouTube shit was new to me, just like a lot of people, right? And I tried to be the best I can, like in everything I do, at a holiday, at work, with the chick. Everything I try to do, I try to do it the best, or the best I can. And one little mistake, one overstepping or being too hasty can fuck you up, but you have to ride it. You have to keep that energy, and you have to understand that humbly, sometimes in life you have to apologize. You have to be a man. And that's what I'm doing right here today. I'm being a man. Now, whether you guys take it and like it and understand it, that's totally up to you. I'm not here for that. I'm here to display a public message to Gil from American Cholo. Boo boo, all you guys. I apologize. I was wrong. I don't know that paperwork to be real or have any validity. I don't. All I know is I seen it on another channel, and I'm not blaming that other channel on Instagram with 300,000 plus followers. I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying that's where I got it. And then it was sent to me from several other outside sources, individuals that I guess they got it. And I jumped on it, and ran with it. That was my bad. Anyways, with that being said, there it is there. I apologize, Gil. You didn't deserve it. And, at a time when you need the Raza to back your play, Holmes, I wasn't there. Dispensa. I'll be there next time.